All right, let's dive into today's topic. Something tells me our listeners are going to love this one. Real estate syndication.
Yeah, definitely a hot topic.
Now, we're not starting from scratch here. I know our listeners are familiar with real estate, but AI, that's changing the game fast.
Sure, for sure.
And we've got this article by MD White. It's from September this year, so it's cutting edge stuff. And to break it all down, we've got our expert here.
Happy to be here. Well, let's just say it's an interesting time to be in real estate.
That's putting it mildly. But before we go too far, just a quick definition for anyone new to this world. Real estate syndication, we're talking about pooling money together for bigger investments, right?
Exactly. Projects that might be too much for one person to handle alone, and AI, well, it's going to make those deals even more accessible, potentially even more profitable.
Now, that's what I like to hear. And the article jumps right into it, talks about deal origination. And it uses this analogy of AI being like a tireless virtual assistant, kind of like a digital Sherlock Holmes digging up deals 24/7. What do you think about that?
It's a good analogy, but instead of it just clues, AI is going through massive amounts of data. And I mean massive. We're talking property listings, market trends, really granular stuff like zoning changes, even what people are saying about a neighborhood online, stuff that would take a human forever to sort through.
So it's not just about replacing a real estate agent. It's about a level of analysis that wasn't even possible before.
You got it. AI analyzes data in real time so it can find those hidden opportunities, things traditional investors might miss. Imagine finding the perfect off-market property before anyone else even knows it's available.
That's huge. That changes everything about how investors find deals.
100%. It's not about pounding the pavement anymore. It's about using AI to find emerging markets, those undervalued properties, even predict future trends, all based on data.
This is fascinating stuff, but let's talk about due diligence. That's where things can get really tedious.
Yeah, you're telling me it's usually a very manual process, tons of time. But this article, it talks about how AI is streamlining that whole stage. That's where I think its impact is going to be really revolutionary.
So, no more weeks spent going through spreadsheets and contracts. Tell me more. What kind of AI tools are we talking about?
I'm talking about algorithms that can analyze legal documents, figure out the financial risks, even check out tenant information. All in a fraction of the time it'd take a person. Like, there's this platform, Leverton, it uses AI to pull out the key data from leases, contracts, so you avoid those human errors. Saves so much time.
That's amazing. Like having a team of analysts working nonstop, making sure you don't miss anything crucial.
And the best part is, these tools are always learning, improving. The more data you give them, the better they get.
So, not about replacing humans, but giving investors like our listener a big advantage, making faster, smarter decisions.
Think of it this way. AI does the heavy lifting. You can focus on strategy, like what are the deal breakers? How can you negotiate better terms? Work smarter, not harder, right?
Now, that's something I think we can all get behind. But let's switch gears a bit. What about managing investor relations? I was really interested in what the article said about AI personalizing communication. It feels like we're on the verge of something big there.
Definitely. We're already seeing it in other industries, and now it's about to change how syndicators talk to their investors.
So, no more generic emails that end up in the spam folder.
Exactly. Imagine AI writing personalized updates, reports tailored to what each investor needs, even answering those frequently asked questions. Every investor feels like they've got a direct line, even in a huge syndication.
That's amazing. And it makes sense. Investors today, especially in real estate, they want to be in the loop, feel informed and reassured.
Right. Trust and transparency, those are key in real estate syndication. And AI can really build those relationships.
It's not just about numbers, it's about the human element. But speaking of numbers, the article also mentioned how AI is affecting financial projections. And let's be real, that's crucial in any real estate deal.
Absolutely. We can't predict the future, obviously, but AI is changing how we look at financial forecasting in real estate, making it more data-driven, potentially more accurate.
Are we replacing crystal balls with algorithms?
In a sense, yeah. AI can take historical data, market trends, things like interest rates, demographics, and create these sophisticated financial models. These models give investors a clearer picture of potential returns, cash flow, and even identify potential risks.
So no more throwing darts at a board. This is serious data crunching. But what kind of data are we talking about? What's fueling these AI projections?
We're talking about rental income, occupancy rates, property taxes, maintenance, even local factors that could change property values. And get this, AI can handle all this data way faster and more efficiently than a human.
So it's not just about the numbers themselves. It's about connecting the dots, seeing patterns, understanding the story behind them, right?
You got it. AI can help us see the forest for the trees, find those key indicators that could make or break a deal. But we got to remember, AI is a tool, and like any tool, it's got its limits.
There's always a but, right? I bet this is where it gets interesting.
It does. AI helps us make better decisions, but it can only work with the data we feed it and the algorithms that drive it. And as we all know, the real estate market can be unpredictable.
That's an understatement. So AI can analyze trends and make projections, but it can't predict those black swan events, those sudden shifts.
Exactly. No matter how good they get, they can't account for everything. Global pandemics, government policy changes, those curveballs, those are what we call black swan events.
It really does feel like a superpower, even with those limitations. But okay, let's talk risk management. I think a lot of investors are excited about AI for this, but maybe a little nervous too. What's the article say?
Well, it uses this metaphor of AI being like a built-in security system for your investments. Catchy, right?
For sure. But what does that even mean in real estate? Can AI actually predict and handle risk in a market this complex?
Here's the thing. AI is really good at seeing patterns, those little red flags that humans might miss or take longer to spot. It's like having this early warning system, always looking for trouble. Market volatility, changes in regulations, even environmental risks. AI can go through tons of data to find those red flags and tell you how bad they could be for your investment.
Wow, okay. Like a sixth sense for risk. But you're saying AI can't predict everything, right?
Right. Even the best algorithms can't plan for every surprise, like a pandemic. Nobody saw that coming. Sudden policy changes, things like that. Those black swan events we were talking about.
So it's not about getting rid of risk, it's about understanding it,
Right.
being able to manage it better.
Exactly. AI helps you make smarter bets. You get the information to weigh those risks against the potential rewards. Come up with a strategy that matches how much risk you're comfortable with.
Makes sense. So you're not blindly trusting the AI. It's more like it gives you more information so you can make a better decision.
Right. And that's why human expertise is still so important. The investors who'll really succeed are the ones who use AI as a tool, something that works with their own knowledge and experience.
Not replacing human judgment, but like making it stronger.
Exactly. Finding that sweet spot where human intuition and data come together, knowing when to trust the AI and when to trust your gut.
Like having a co-pilot. You're still the pilot, but you've got this amazing system backing you up.
Love that analogy. And just like a good co-pilot, AI can help you through tough situations, anticipate problems, help you make those informed decisions, hopefully leading to better outcomes.
Now, there was this one part in the article I found it really interesting. It talked about AI being used for growth hacking in real estate syndication. What did you think about that?
Now that's where it gets really interesting strategically. See, the article argues AI isn't just about doing things better, it's about doing things differently, finding completely new ways to grow, opportunities that didn't even exist before.
So not just working smarter, but playing the game differently.
Exactly. Imagine using AI to find those up-and-coming areas before they're on everyone's radar.
Yeah.
Niche investment opportunities. Predicting what the demand will be like in the future before it even happens.
Okay, that's kind of mind-blowing. It's like seeing into the future of real estate. Got any concrete examples of what this growth hacking might look like?
Sure. Imagine using AI to pinpoint a neighborhood that's about to take off. Maybe there are plans for new development or the demographics are changing. You could use that info to buy properties at a lower price before the market catches on.
That's incredible, almost like having an unfair advantage over people still using those old school methods.
And that's exactly what makes it so fascinating and potentially game-changing. This article, it suggests that the people who use AI early on in real estate syndication, they could end up with a huge advantage.
Right, makes sense. But it also brings up some questions like, how do we make sure this technology is used fairly? That it doesn't just help a small group of people get ahead while others get left behind.
That's the big question, and I think the industry is still trying to figure it out. Like with any new technology, there's always a chance it could be used in ways we didn't expect. It's up to everyone involved, developers, investors, even policymakers, to make sure AI is used ethically responsibly in the real estate market.
So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about how we use it, the rules we put in place. But before we go too far down that road, let's bring it back to our listeners. What are the key takeaways here? What does all this mean for someone who's into real estate syndication or thinking about getting started?
Well, I think the main takeaway is AI isn't some far-off thing anymore. It's here now, and it's already changing how real estate works. Those who embrace it, the good and the bad, they'll be in the best position to do well in this new era of real estate investing.
It sounds like the way real estate deals are found, analyzed, even managed, it's all changing really fast. And for those investors who adapt, who are open to these new tools, the rewards could be huge.
Absolutely. But like with any big shift, there will be winners and losers. The people who stick with the old ways, they might get left behind.
Which is why it's so important to stay informed, to be part of conversations like this, be willing to adjust your strategies as the market changes. Wouldn't you agree?
100%. Knowledge is power, and the more you know about how AI is affecting real estate, the better decisions you can make, and the better you'll be able to take advantage of all the opportunities that are out there.
So what does all of this mean for you, our listener, who's tuned in, interested in real estate? We've covered a lot, from those nitty-gritty details of due diligence to these big ideas like using AI for growth.
It's been quite the deep dive, hasn't it? But I think the big takeaway is this. AI isn't science fiction anymore. It's here. It's changing the real estate game. And the people who get it, who get the potential and the challenges, they're going to be the ones who thrive in this new market.
It's like we're at the edge of something totally near exciting, a little scary, right? But knowledge is power. That's what we want to give you here on the deep dive, the insights you need to navigate this whole new world of AI and real estate.
It's true. And like with any new frontier, there are going to be those who jump in head first, the pioneers. They're going to embrace the unknown and shape the future with this technology. But then there are those who are a little more hesitant, more comfortable with the old ways.
And that's understandable. Change can be scary, especially when you're talking about something as complicated as AI. But, like, the train's already left a station, right? Those who stay behind, they might miss out.
Great analogy. It's not about throwing away your experience, your knowledge. It's about using AI to make them even better, like putting a turbocharger on an already powerful engine.
I like that. It's evolution, not extinction. And that's what the article really hammered home. This isn't about replacing humans in the real estate market. It's about giving them the tools to make smarter, faster decisions.
Exactly. It's about using AI to unlock this whole new level of efficiency, to be more profitable, and even to be more creative in how we invest in real estate.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left thinking about this. The article talks a lot about growth, about getting ahead. But what about the bigger picture? How can we be sure that AI is used to benefit everyone in real estate, not just a select few?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's a chance for all of us investors, developers, even podcasters like us to steer this technology in the right direction, to make sure its benefits are shared by everyone.
It's a conversation that's just getting started, and hopefully this deep dive has given our listeners something to think about. So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those big questions.